Welcome back, and you're tuned in to the Champion Podcast, not the official Champion Podcast for
The
the Champion
unofficial champion
series,
podcast.
but a podcast that's called Reels and Rhythms that is Champion, brought to you by Carry On Friends in partnership with the Style and the Vibes and Breadfruit Media. I am Carrie Ann, and my co-host with the most is
Michaela.
Yaman, and we are talking about. I don't know why me I do this. Me sound like bounty. We are, yellow, shallow, all of these things. Um, we are talking about the series on Netflix, Champion, and we are going to wrap up our review of the series in this episode. Bear with me. We're gonna try just pack it
Beer,
all
beer
in.
warning. Beer spoilers in this. Cause we can't hold back.
And so the reason why we are kicking off, like we are try cover episode 6, 7, and 8. Episode 6, our big episode. Touchdown at the airport. Right? They go to Jamaica. I love images, videos of when the plane a land. There's nothing like when a plane a land. Well, them land at Kingston. Um, but land at Kingston or Moby, when you touch down upon Jamaica, it's just like, yeah, yeah,
It
you
feels like
know.
home.
You
Yeah.
know, feel like home. It is home. You
Yeah.
understand?
It's like
Then reach a Jamaica and then get pick up at the airport. Them drive go up in the hills. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you. Location. 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 Chef's kiss on the location. Energy, vibe. Everything about that episode was
perfection.
perfection. Perfection.
Yep.
Perfect. Per- just perfect.
The way that they captured the scenery driving to, what is known as Beres's childhood home. And how they captured just the entire essence. Like you could like as they were pulling up, you can smell the fire burn. You can smell say somebody I make some chicken or some food. Him say run go to the shop go get a case of red stripe. Like that's like exactly what happens
It made
when
me say, Beres, you have money. Why you ask? But as soon as Beres drive up,
but
send out the
you
people with the money.
you know how that go. If you're coming from foreign, and we call anywhere UK, Canada, US foreign. If you come from foreign, then everybody assumes say you have money. So him have to just shell it out early to make them know. Say him still him are the champion.
In the same vein, after he sent out the money, he said, Junior, come here. You get the will? Me I said, blouse and skirt.
Yo, the man asked for the will immediately. Like him did plan for as soon as the body just dead. As soon as it buried him, I gonna sell that the property there.
And what a property it is.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing.
anyway, so they get to this very big property, coal and some dairy, just a big house, and it's like feels like a traditional house, not one that's built to be the stone and concrete and Americanized, but the
Mhm.
one with the louvers, all of these things. And we get to meet his aunt, and they're in this big house, and you know they had some elements of a nine night, including like a garret kind of performance. And
Mhm.
for me personally, the garret is kind of where the older people them use like kitchen appliances to make music, so like the grater and a knife and dutchie cover,
But
all these
yeah,
things,
yeah.
pot cover, all these things to make music as part of the nine nights. But sometimes it's longer if the person did a foreign and the body have to come down. The nine nights might be a couple weeks, but you know nothing really happened when they land. The next morning, Vita got stroll, and she buck up on Junior, who Junior is Uncle Junior, which is funny because I have a brother.
Did you immediately think what was gonna
No,
happen?
no, no, nope. No, me know say something ain't gonna happen because of the way how Junior respond.
Yeah, yeah.
So me know say the will plan and go work out the way Beres think it a go work out. Me did already know said Junior when go get the will. Right?
Yeah.
Because we all Junior respond to him. Because Junior know. Right? So
But also Bosco didn't go. So it was Aria, Vita, and
Vita.
Beres. Yeah.
Right. So Vita go find her Uncle Junior, they make some breakfast in the bush. As I feel vibe, him a do some runabout vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in the bush, teach her how to cut breadfruit. Him a make ackee and saltfish. They peel green banana or plantain or whatever it is. And then when she da go back home, yo, Aria in her wife beater and shots, I put on her wallabies and them a touch the road, right? And
But Beres had lace up our clocks then.
clocks, yeah, her
And
wallabies.
the leg shine up like say her skin so soft she a use.
She have to use the skin so soft because
Not the
mosquito.
mosquito. Me surprised. The only thing missing from the episode there are the mosquito destroyer.
Listen, you got Jamaica enough, you just know where you forget. Mosquito destroyer no bring no whole heap of perfume because your body smell alone attract the mosquito. Then fresh meat, zoom zoom, type thing. So she goes into the kitchen for help our grand aunt. This is Berry's aunt in the kitchen. And
Too.
yeah,
Come, make yourself useful.
right. And so she kind of help in there and them a talk and me don't know how the album come about and Vita say, is this Junior's mom? Cause then, the way of Vita asked the question in hindsight, she said, Junior mom look young though. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And cause you see Sissy Guerra look same time Junior come in and say, come on, them a touch road. And I love that when Junior and Vita touch road, them a touch road is not a pretty version, them a go through the ends of Jamaica. Like
Yo, what did his car say? It had a
why
banner.
pre? Why
What?
pre?
Yo, it was so good.
Yep, why pre? Mr. Nico catch it. Why pre? I'm laughing because you know much taxi man, me don't know their name, but because the car name the on the top, you just know it's a finger. That is finger they call. So, Vita and Junior, they're Junior is taking his niece about the place, figure hangout or whatever. And them got the dance. And this is where we say, in this village, some girl are very stupid. Pampute. So Pampute, they go on dance. And so you see all of the dancing and Pampute on stage and Chi Ching and all of those. They had a really
My
good night.
brother-in-law was dancing in that in that scene. You
In
can't
which
see
video your brother-in-law not dancing? Tell me. Which tell me. Just do not tell me the one that he's dancing. Just tell me the one where he's not in that. Cause he's in everything.
him a big dancer, though.
Right? So big up to your
Him a
brother-in-law.
expensive dancer, them. Yes, yeah. So they were on stage, and Junior convinces Vida to get up on the stage and freestyle. So
And
she go
she do
ahead.
a decent job.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, she talk
She did
about
a
say
good job.
she foreign pitney and ratate and she go in her British accent and thing. So it was cool.
It was
And
nice to see. Yeah.
yeah. And then this is where she called Femi and she asked Femi to be her manager. And Femi said, yeah, I can manage you if you perform at the Jamaica something tomorrow. And she was just like, but it's tomorrow. And she's like, all right, I'll do it. And she performed at the show and her parents were there and they did I guess a decent performance. But
Her and Junior.
her and Junior they perform and
And
Junior they stir fry.
yo, it's so funny because yeah, that's kind of when I picked up something. Like I'm like Junior looked young, like, and then because he was asking for Bosco and he mentioned Bosco again, And I'm just like, why like even if it's your nephew, like you're not that close to him. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, but from the that's why it goes back to, remember when I said Vita, you know, the album said this is Junior Mother, because Junior Mother had to be young, and it,
Yeah.
but also I wouldn't be surprised because me know enough old man at
Have
Jamaica have
yes,
pitney
yes.
with
Me know.
young
Yeah.
girls, so I know
Yes.
like say it's out
Yes.
of the ordinary,
Yes.
right? So I wasn't thinking it was out of the ordinary. That can happen.
It can happen, but the response that Aunt Sissy gave, the
Something was
really
hiding.
something was hiding, and
We're not sure what, but
that was the
something was
one
hiding.
time they did think something, and I saw it go. That was in the whole entire series.
Yes, something was hiding, but it wasn't
Mhm.
clear. So the kids were performing, and you know, while Vita up on the stage, Beres go, yes, she's a champion with a champion name, and Aria's like, all right, Beres, all right.
Enough
Like
of the champion business. Just watch your daughter perform and shut your mouth. And it's the first time I see her in that. In that, it's like when she get to Jamaica, she get more brave and she just stop your
she
foolishness.
boots up and you
Yeah,
know, she feel
yeah.
tough. hmm So they had to perform. Go ahead.
And then at the same time, this is happening. Like Vida and her mom have not spoke since the blow up in at the fashion show. So they haven't had the resolution around why Aria was upset that Vida did the song and why she was so upset. So her going to see Vida perform, um outside of that, this is where she's kind of seeing Vida in her own element because she's performing her own music.
So talk to me about the talk there, because yo, me I say yo, my mother they go tell me that no sir. So they go home, and Vita and Aria have a conversation, and Vita go in her mother room, and Aria said, I thought you came in here to apologize, and Vita never quite say it, but she's almost like, for what? You know? And the mother, because you needed to ask me permission to do the song. So this is where in this episode is where we see the character development of Aria, and we hear the story that she was the video was done, and as she was about to blow up, which is why I don't think that video was ever released, right? It felt like things were going in that direction until she find out she's pregnant with Bosco. And she said Beres, she thought she put her career in a Beres hand, and she thought Beres was going to, after she had Bosco, make she go back and perform. And she said no, Beres take her over up on a hill and show her what is now Aria's restaurant. And she's been at Aria's restaurant for the last 24 years. So Beres did not let her revive her career or pick up where she left on. And she said to Aria, I'm only telling you this because, you know, this get if you don't be careful, this is what's happening to you, or something like that. And I'm just like, as
No,
a mother,
it was more vitriol, to be honest, because she really was like in a she's just like, I don't want you, like she's going in to hug her mom because she's hearing the story for the first time, right? She's hearing about her mom's childhood, her mom's dreams as she's sharing them, and she wants to embrace her mom. She's always wanted that embrace with her mom, and her mom kind of pushes her off and say, I don't need your pity. I'm just telling you that this is exactly what's going to happen to you. And they're in completely totally different, but again, it's Aria coming off of her daughter performing her song, her never getting the career that she wanted, seeing her daughter on stage and people liking it and enjoying. So, like, she really enjoyed her daughter's performance, so much so that she is like vividly reminded of the career that she never had. So she's coming off of that energy after seeing Vita perform. And rather than come down off that anger, she like she almost leans into Vita as if it's Vita's fault,
Well, not
and then go take up with Beres, like and a film fault.
wait. Also, I think there's a layer of everyone is close to Bosco. She will hug Bosco. She will show that level of affection to Bosco. Vita doesn't get that
Yes.
mother daughter type,
Yeah.
affection. And then on
Yeah.
top of this, she clearly in her feelings feel away and let's just say jealous of her daughter.
Yeah.
And then cut to Mr. Slickmouth Beres. And here Nico, watch her finger upon lip, right? And go like this.
That's a bit of that.
Finger upon lip and she say and she must have said Beres, I don't think we better go so
Like he must sing the no disturb sign
like
song.
stop. And then it cuts because we don't see if anything progresses from there. It's the morning of the funeral and Barry just walk out. I mean, I read the eulogy. And Junior said, well, I mean, did plan for read the eulogy. And Barry said, I already print up the program them already with my name on it. So me just going to read the eulogy. I mean, I say, yo, Barry's,
The way him just a dismiss Junior. Lord God.
I'm like, why you dismiss Junior? In my outside pitney? Like, yeah, like he mother, you cheat pan your mother or something. That's the energy I was kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the funeral and come back and they sing at the house, sit down around the table. Yo, Juna, where the will there? Juna back out the envelope and say, see it here, but me not think you go like where you see Pani. And in this conversation, by the way, Junior's performance, that actor,
Top
great
notch.
performance. Like,
Yes.
great
Yeah.
performance. And so it is in this scene where Junior basically tell Barry, you're not gonna see nothing Pani. Your name not the Pani because um Papa left everything to me because my father left me. And Beta, the first one, I pick up on it like, Dad, who is Junior?
Who is Junior? And I'm like, the man name is Junior.
Yeah. And Junior must say be, well, what is he, 4 months older than Bosco or
Maybe.
younger? Four
They're
or
around the
six.
same age.
Yeah. Four or
That's
six
all I know.
months.
But I think usually, this is my assumption. Usually, the firstborn son is named Junior. So how him get like named? So does he have Beres's full name and they call him Junior,
It
or
doesn't say.
or them just call him Junior?
That they might just call him Junior, but it didn't say.
Yeah. So
It's in a
yes.
future episode where Vita was telling somebody that they're like maybe 4 or 6 months apart.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not in this episode. So when it busts out, when Vita asked Beres who is Junior and him say my son, him say, Aria, me sorry. Me say Aria get up slow and walk. And me
No,
swear
you
Aria
need
go bust
to
him in the head. Me say Aria go bust him in the head or something.
see him, sir. See him, sir.
But she just walk
She just
slow. And
walk and just pack up her things.
I say we they leave and then she Auntie Sissy must come in and say,
What you
Ray,
said I married you? She's like, look, you and I are not from the same generation. Didn't Auntie Cecily's like, well, he picked you, didn't he? As if that was some prize. What she call him? That's why you eat bad. Yeah, she really managed to let that come out her mouth. Aunt Sissy, if she old, I'd just leave her now.
no, you know why she said that? Because she complained to us, she said Aunt Sissy something like this, and Aunt Sissy said Pat Kecker.
Yeah, yeah.
So she leaves Jamaica, and Beres and Junior catch up. But again, just these the it's a secrecy and not saying anything. And Junior said it, I gave you time to tell them, and you never told them that I
Yeah, he's
existed.
like 20 something years
Yeah,
old.
like 24, right? So 24 years,
Yeah.
23 years. You had a lot of opportunity to tell the family that I'm your son. And instead, you still make them feel like, say, me are the uncle.
Yeah.
And for him, it's like, you know, as in that revelation, you rewind back to the beginning of the episode, and he was like, "Yo, me just try spend some time with my
Uh,
sister,
yeah. Yeah,
right?"
my family that's here, and that's why he was kept asking me. He's like, "Yo, would that nice if Bosco did there?" Because it's his sibling; those are his siblings, and he's always and he knows that they're his siblings, but they don't know. So he has to put on this entire front. Like as a child, one, you're not with your biological parents because essentially you've been left behind in Jamaica. And then two, you know the truth, but for 24 years plus, or at least 20 something years, them
But this,
him happy harbor the secret. Whenever, like, we don't know how he found out. You know, the father, the father clearly took care of him as his own, but you know, he knew, Aunt Sissy knew. You don't know who else in the neighborhood already knew all of this because the woman, may assume she must live in a Jamaica, or maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
I feel
We
like
don't know who
everybody
else in
know. It's only Aria and the family while live a foreign don't know because
don't
they
know.
don't go to Jamaica. They don't go back to Jamaica very regularly.
Yes, yes.
So they all know.
So that was
But
one explosive episode.
and it's really the first time you see Beres get put in place. You know, like Junior put him in place because he tried to raise him hand at Junior, and the young youth just kind of bop and hold him and say, "Ease off, my youth." And him say, "You know what, let this be the last time you step foot in the yard here." But I think the overarching
Love
thing,
that scene there, you see, when him said, "Just trying to come back here."
but also what me and Nico was talking about was like, yo, Beres is a really hard man because at all costs for him to have this facade and this persona of this champion name, he thought his father was going to give him or will him this property because what he was going to do is sell off the property and kick off the people him off of the property
Yep.
because he thought that's what was coming to him. And
Yeah.
so that then should give you a sense of the implication because he was banking on what he thought was going to be money
Yeah.
that he would get from selling the property that he thought he was going to get in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And so we episode 7 is where we are now when everybody come back from Jamaica.
And it's very telling, the relationship, how his father perceived him and who he perceived himself to be and how he portrayed himself, because clearly it goes back to his child, it flashes back to his childhood, and you see him and his father. He gets into a fight with somebody in the yard, in at school or something like that, and him father is known in the community. So, yo, you not touch my son. So I'm got the youth father house, and backs up the father and say, keep your picnic in line, and then come back and tell young Berry, say, you know, if you make nobody disrespect you, them disrespect you, them disrespect the champion name. And so that's where he gets some of that. But I think he was never able to actually live up to the reputation that his father had. And so he's cowardly, taking it upon himself to seem like this big man, like him know things and him not often do things, and him as a big man at England, and he really just isn't. In my opinion, he's a facade of his own imagination, and we see that for the first time in this episode.
Yeah, and even in episode 7 as it's starting, Bosco picks him up at the airport because he's now back in London. And in a theme head is just like going back to business as usual because we have champion crown and Ray and whatever. Um and in this episode he said something to Don about with a wait upon the money from a
From
father
Jamaica.
from
Yeah,
Jamaica, and here Don, is this money making an appearance soon? because we
exactly.
because
He
we
knows,
need it.
he knows,
But
he
we
knows.
know he's lying to Don that this money is not making an appearance because he don't have two shilling, 2 pence, two whatever for rub together. So this is where we're escalating. Vita gets Femi as our manager, and Femi set her up in our nice apartment that has a studio built in. And as soon as she settled in her apartment, who appears? Blink, you guessed it, Laurent.
I've already.
Oh my gosh. It's just like
But the
she
man
can't,
have a key. And
which
I'm
is
like,
why me say,
how does he have a key for her apartment? I think it's his apartment.
I
And
have,
and Febby set her up with a place. Like,
I don't know. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. I think that that was some sort of plot between Femi and Eveready Laurent.
Yeah, Laurent was and
But
Femi
that
there.
whole situation was too convenient.
Yeah,
Way too convenient.
there were two little Svengalis, some little puppet
Mhm,
master thing I go on
mhm,
right there. So
mhm,
Vita just you could have seen the look on Vita face like like she's surprised because she thought she was getting a space of her own.
mhm.
What else happened? So this is when Aria come home and realize say, yo, Lennox gone. Like him clear out. Him disappear. He aren't coming back. He does. He
Him does.
he was like hasta la vista.
What we
Put on back
expect?
the ring. Everything.
Yeah. Me never expect anything less.
Yeah. And I was like, good for you, Lennox. Good for you. Um, what else happened in a seven? Seven is more
That's when Bosco, so they're having this champion crown launch party,
oh
and
yeah, that's
that's
true.
where Dawn lets Bosco know that his father signed the oversees all of his financial assets, and everything really goes to him, because they have an interaction, and she's asking, she's like, did you look at the papers that you signed? Did you have them taken to a lawyer? And he said, no, it's my dad. So it's the first time that Bosco is learning that his dad is essentially taking advantage of him, his musical talent, and really taking his money, as he is about to go on stage for this launch party, and he just leaves. And so the record execs are there, who they got the imprint through, and he kind of disappears. So by this point, Bosco is kind of, we're surprised that Bosco is even holding, he am hold it together by like a string, because the man, like,
He's not
everything.
holding it together at
Well, he's
all.
he's he's not holding it together, but he's still able. He's just going through the motions of things that he's supposed to do. But you see him; he tries to kind of like shake it off and get back to business. And every time he does that, he's met with some sort of resistance. And this one probably is the last straw. So he ends up disappearing, and nobody can find him. He doesn't respond to Vita, he doesn't respond to his mom, Dawn, nobody.
A little bit of poetic, like you just say, I put up resistance. So in my head, guess what? Start play the real berries. Putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it.
Out.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
The real Beres, the real Sir Beres.
Beresford Haman.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then
Yes.
I think that we see Vita's kind of coming into her own. She's up for a big award. But they still haven't, no one has really heard from Bosco, but they're still kind of going through the motions.
We talk about why nobody not hear from Bosco.
Why?
Yeah, you did talk about that?
Yeah,
No.
because he disappeared. But I
Why?
don't know why did he disappear?
Yeah.
I
You
thought
never
he.
tell a part there with the pitney.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So the we thought the dad was the last straw, but I think he knew about the daughter a little bit earlier.
No, it's after that where
No, remember, because it was in the club, in the at the fashion show, where Vita says that the girlfriend should have never done that. She should have been honest with you. Or was it this one? It was this episode, because Bosco shows up to a photo shoot,
Right, and
interview.
Vita thinks that he's
Yes,
upset because of that when he was
yes,
upset
yes.
about the
The
the money
father.
thieving
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah.
he's like, "What?"
What?
and cause a whole commotion at our photo shoot, and
Yeah.
that's when she go over to Chanel, and she, you know, she then bust out say, the little old fire stick did catch, but it was an accident. It was one slip up. Mark, it was one slip up. It just happened that one time. It's just like,
Uh, and Mark was just like, I need a minute. I need a minute. I need like, we're still going to New York, but I need a minute in that them garden. And so Bosco's like, no, it wasn't a mistake. Like he's thinking that him and his baby mama's about to get back together because they have this connection. And you can tell she's a little confused. She's not really sure what she wants to do. I feel like the old broom sweep kind of good. So she kind of get look at excitement in our life, and then maybe after thinking about it she's just like, maybe I should go. And so that all there he's just like, he probably just feels like everybody's against him and he needed to disappear. So we really don't know where he is by the end of this episode. We just know that he's not um
no, we know where he is. The episode unfolded to where he is. He took the daughter to an ice cream shop. Then him see the police. Mark go call police. Basically, do a Amber Alert to the little girl missing because Bosco took the daughter out of the house. Carry her go get ice cream.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
And then nobody can find him because he not answer, and then he goes live, and he goes live on a roof, and basically Mehmet and Chanel know where he is because that's what they did as kids on that roof, and that's how they find him. But as they go, the police them come and hear, and so Bosco run off and go and hide, and from then on Bosco disappear. Some time has passed and Bosco disappear.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting here again how the relationship that he has with his daughter, and how you really can see like a full the spectrum of the level of isolation and what Bosco is struggling with, like all the people who he's had around him and depended on. In his mind, they're not the same people, but they've all been living their lives for him, and they've just made decisions to kind of live their lives for him. And now when he needs them the most, they're not there because it's like, boy, what cry wolf. They're always showing up for him when something is happening. And so they're just like, I've just had enough of this.
Mhm.
So in a mind, it doesn't say that. In future episode, the last episode which we're gonna cover, you see that he makes a decision that I just need to get away from all of these people.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. And so it looked like a month, weeks, months. Bosco disappear.
The show note says 6 months. So it's a good while.
Yeah, him disappear. Nobody can find him. Vita, they send voice note, a text message, nothing now go through. Nobody can find him. Meanwhile, and I mean, I think that was good for him. Um, we're covering 6, 7, and 8. So it's a go machine a little bit. Me I'm a bad chatting machine, but anyway, the Jamaicans will understand. It's all mashed up together. Um, I think we going back to the friend, right? The friend from prison. We can see that again. This aspect of this character, which we didn't expect. He was able to go jam at this brother place for a while, and he was able to create music. And the guy produced the track. He was just like, nah, that's not it. Like that's the old Bosco. You need a new grittier. Me feel like you in the try channel DMX. He never said that, but he was trying to channel
Mhm.
that type thing.
Mhm.
And you see Bosco making a track, and the track is fire. It's uploaded to a version. It's uploaded to what would look like a SoundCloud, but it's not a SoundCloud. Everybody hear the song. The song is hot, and he it's like he disses his father on the track, and the record label is like, Beres, where is Bosco? He has a new track out, it's not on our label, and in this track he's suggesting that you've stolen his money. If Bosco is not recording for us, you need to give us back the money. And this is where Beres Bottom is going twep twep, because he needs to give back the money, right? Michaela, bring it back. Come, recenter, refocus.
Rewind again. Beres Matia got twat.
Because he's like, I don't have it. I don't got it, right? And I'm afraid. I don't know if this is the episode where it come in, but they were like, well, we have an option. Like, so Don was like,
If he has mental issues,
issues, right?
we can, spin this in the public a completely different way so that he, come. So essentially, they offer this option to put out in the media that he's not well, and he has some mental issues that he needs to kind of rectify. So they would put him up into some sort of program for a little bit. It will tarnish his image a bit, and it would kind of rein him in from there. What they think would happen is it would rein him in to get in line to do the project that he is supposed to do for their label. And that way, um they will Barris will be able to fulfill his end of the bargain in making sure that he fulfills his contract.
And also we see
And
where,
they don't move on it at the time. He offers it as a solution. He's like, no, he's like, I got it handled. I know where he is. He pretends to kind of dust it off, and then he's like, we gotta find Bosco. And that's when Arya kind of steps in. And
also by this time, Aria go find Lennox. She unbended knee, and they say, I'm sorry. And Lennox take her back. So we're going to skip to that, why that's important. And at the same time, Vita tired of Laurent. She say, to the left, to the left. And Laurent, Mr. Techie back was just like,
I've already take back.
Mr. Techie back. If you don't
Yes,
know what that is a Shabarang song. And Mr. Techie back said, well, if you don't want me to be here, you cannot perform none of these songs, none of the songs that we produced, and you cannot use none of my melodies. And she was like, yo, I have to perform this at the award show tomorrow. And he was just like, I was like, me didn't know for a long time, say they just look a little Weasley. Like, cry, cry, baby, moonshine, darling. But anyway,
and
so what you see here is both of their lives, and what they want to do is just really unraveling in different ways. The
yeah,
the family structure that kind of looks semi unified is just very splintered, and they're both going through things. And at the end of the day, in the first episode where he was like the one person who's had my back, and he kind of did not say mother, you know, Arya was the one that kind of said, like, maybe to Lennox, she says that that girl needs her brother,
yeah,
right? And her brother needs her, but not in the same way, because he now realizes that he's just been very dependent on her.
yeah,
And so they're just kind of having this moment of figuring out what to do. She have to go figure out which song she go perform, because Mr. Techie back say in can't perform none of it.
yeah.
And so she have to hurry up go try write a song. And she sent something to Bosco, and she's like, I hope you can hear this, listen to it, to give her some feedback on the song. And so at the award show, her mom is there, Lennox there in a them cloth and boot and everything, ready for the award show. And, she performs this song that she had to put together and whip up last minute. And maybe with the help of Mehmet coming in, or was it like something. So the big reveal was Mehmet and Bosco walking. Bosco joined her up on stage, and they performed the song. She did her part. Bosco did a rhyme on it, and the music producer called Beres and said, "Well, Bosco did up on the stage with a universal artist or whatever." And Beres now run and put on in clothes, and but everyone is happy to see them together. And Bosco kind of says, "Yo, you do the rhyme." And so Vita, for the first time, performs Champion, the song that Bosco is known for, the song that she's written. And after the end of the performance, they're going out on a high, and this is where the police come and scoop up Bosco, basically, for put him in a mental hole, what they call it. I can't remember what they call it in the US.
I don't. Say Bellevue.
No, I don't
You know
remember
what?
what they call.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't remember
I don't
the
know what it
term.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't remember the
They
term, but
wanna, yeah,
basic.
they wanna put him in they use it. They're using police force again, and he still has this PTSD with police. And his father thought it was a good idea, and he was just like, "Well, do they have to be so rough?" And he was just like, "Well, what did you think that they were going to do to get him?" He was not going to be willingly walked in to a mental facility, and they set up the press to be there at backstage. So essentially, they messed up Vita's moment once again. Um, he was coming off of this really great performance, for the first time connecting back with his sister. Lennox and Aria in at the crowd with the new manager, Mehmet up on the stage, a DJ for the two of them on stage, so it's like a picture perfect evening that Beres was not a part of. And
You forget the
rather,
kiss to Mehmet in the back. Tongue out Mehmet in the back.
yes, but that is not important.
Stop hating on Mehmet, all right? The
Yes,
girl get the
yes,
guy what she want.
yes.
She
Well,
she she
well,
does she does the
please
clinging.
do have to prove that to me. Me not know, because it might just be the excitement and the adrenaline of the performance make her just excited to see him.
She dis
And
the Klingon. She dis the Klingon man, and then
yo, I'm
she
gonna be with Afilaran. Am I ready? Click on. Which one that's yes, sir. Take back. Mr.
Mr.
Take it
Techie back.
back. So
Popcorn 2.0.
Popcorn 2.0 for real. But I think it ended on such a great moment that in classic Beres, like if him Matty never did a twip tip, him just got God.
Let
Him
me tell
just
you, and he was shook by that. But Aria said, if you have something to do with this, if me find out say you have something to do with this, Aria did.
yeah. When you say Aria go down, son, she just say I real think she had it like, Aria is the sleeping giant. She about and then we never even talk about when Lennox backs up Beres, We never talk about that in the hallway in a theme house when him used to live. You don't live here no more. Box you get Lennox. Yeah. Am I brethren that?
Then I shot in my box, and then Aria was like, honestly, I never thought he have it in him.
Yes. Yes.
See, you never rate Lennox from day
You
one, you
never
know.
read Lennox from one year. No, Lennox for sure. Yes, yes,
Lennox calm, and him like, yo, me no need to go on rough and make you know say me a man a yard, and me a bucket teeth and me back broad. But
yes,
piss
yes.
me. Say
And
fe.
Arya has that same energy too, but she'll like she doesn't. She's like that quiet giant. You know what I
The
mean?
quiet hearted.
Yes, 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 yes,
Bosco is the loud hearted.
yes, yes, for sure. As Barry said, get it from his mother.
Lennox is the sleeping giant, cause him just
No,
nice.
Lennox is the sleeping giant.
Yeah.
Barry's just yeah. I was shocked. I'm like, that's a new level of low. So that's really how the season ended. So we are left to kind of either figure out what happens, allude to what happens, or wait for a season 2. And it just had such a great um cliffhanger, if you will. But it also, like, they ended it in a space where if you don't get another season, I sincerely hope we get another season, at least one more. But if you don't, you still walk away with this amazing breadth of a story of a Jamaican British family that is modern and nuanced and just extremely great talent all around. I thoroughly enjoyed the entire series. So
Listen, I was angry watching at parts of it. Like I said at the beginning, there was just so many emotional aspects of it. Me say, yes, say something again. Like, me no put my hand on man, right? But let me tell you, I was ready to fling sitting off him. Me say, you look a shot, like me, like ready for just fling sitting off him. I was upset with Beres. Me say, yo, you're my father, you do that to me, yo. Listen, me go call my mother, cause guess what? You know, me go call my mother, brother them for you because you're my father, so me can't do you nothing. But my uncle them or somebody else can do it. Like that's just the level of like, yo, me
yeah,
can't, yo, what? Like even
the
today,
villainous characters are Beres, Laurent, Mark, and Bula.
yo, like you just say bulla, me can't even put my word them together. Me say, yo, you're provoking in on my youth. But at
Yeah,
the end, when you saw that they were kind of locking him away, there was a
yeah.
look on
There was
Bulla's
a look on
face.
like, yeah, this ain't right. That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
there was this look on his face, and it was just
yeah.
like, yeah, but Bulla, my God, Jesus, like, yo,
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
not a
like he,
violent person, but Mr.
yeah,
Bulla, go sit in a corner somewhere and let somebody duct tape your mouth. Don't move, right?
I think he sees Bosco as steel sharpening steel type of competition. They beef with each other, but there's probably a line that was crossed that he kind of sees. He's just like, yeah. And for him to have that recognition, and he's the one who kind of like, well, I got your sister on my song, and it definitely reminded me of that like Nas Jay-Z energy. And then by the end of it, it was just like, yeah, this isn't cool. This is like um a little bit much even for me.
Yeah.
Because it was like that's crazy.
I mean, it's a good series. It's one of those series that I would watch again, no question about
Mega
it.
watch it again. Mega watch it again for sure, for sure, sure, for sure,
Mm,
sure,
So
for sure.
yeah, so I mean, just really great performances from all the actors. Some very familiar faces that we are excited to see in more films, not just films around Caribbean or Jamaican culture, but just films, period, because they're really good. So I'm just really looking forward to the work. And again, like, yo, the UK, London, Britain, them just are bring it with the content level and quality. They are just bringing it. I'm super excited. And so, we've ended Champion and we have a lot more shows that we're covering in Reels and Rhythm season 2. I can't wait. Um, so I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna give you a little prep so I come. You just need to just tune in to the next episode and follow along. But we want to hear from you, Sidway. So you can at Carry On Friends at Breadfruit Media or at Style and Vibes, wherever you want to see, or comment under the post where they promote the episode. That would be even nicer. Nicer is not a word, but we like it,
It's in
right?
our with dictionary.
Yeah,
Nicer.
nicer. To hear what you think about this series,
Absolutely.
your thoughts, and we just love to hear from you. Michaela and I enjoy each other's company, and we are going to quarrel, debate back and forth. She is Team Laurent, I'm Team Mehmet, and
I'm not Team Laurent. I'm not Team Mehmet either. I'm Team Vita.
no, listen. Um, yes, so we shall see,
I
but this
feel
is
like
fun.
Mehmet would redeem himself in a next season. Him kind of redeem himself by the end, but throughout it did kind of Yeah, I didn't like Laurent from the beginning. So I just like
Something just never did right. You know,
never.
like when your spirit say, "Oh, who you?"
Yes, your spirit never take him. Yes, my
Yeah, my
spirit never
spirit,
take him.
and just like, he
Mm-mm.
did just look like a sneaky and just like a,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mm. All
All
right,
right,
people. Until next time, look more.
later.